Oh my gosh, how have you been doing?
We've been doing good. We're been holding up. Everybody's been healthy and happy and working. I think it's not the corona that's gonna kill us, it's just work.
And you're feeling okay? You're feeling healthy and everything?
Yeah, we're all healthy. I'm feeling good. A little tired, but good. What about
I'm feeling okay. You know, I've mostly been back home in the district in Virginia. I've gone to DC a number of times, but you know, it's busy. A lot of meetings like this and phone calls, and you know, getting out in the community where I can. But you know, it's life has changed.
Yes, it definitely has changed. It's different, and we need to get used to it because it's gonna stay like this for a while.
Well, I'm gonna just read something, and I'm sure you know this, but the person who nominated you said this about you: there's not another person in Fredericksburg who has taken more on for the community at this time than Maria. From feeding the elderly to employees of Mary Washington Daily, she never fails to lift up this community. She even encourages people to go to other local restaurants and isn't just focused on herself. What do you think when you hear that about yourself?
I know who did it. I know. We did a video for a class. He wanted me to do a class with him for flour tortillas. Yes, and I love him. I was talking to him yesterday, I think, and he said, yeah, I'm so happy that she chose you and that she reached out, and he's very excited.
But you know, it is amazing. I was on a call the other day, earlier this week, and you know, we were talking about all of the very serious policy-oriented challenges we're facing. And at the end, the moderator of the discussion said, well, you know, what's something positive? Are there any bright spots that you have the ability to hear about? And it was really a nice moment for me to be able to say, like, despite all of the pain and the challenge and the hardship that people are experiencing, there are people like you who are able to step forward and either literally give food to people or, you know, feed people's kind of hearts and make them know that they're cared for and they're not alone during this time.
Yes, and that's very important. And you know, it's not important only for them. You know, we're feeding their bodies, but what we're doing is feeding our souls. It's very important. It's very important.
Do you have any idea how many people you've been able to feed or to serve since this all began?
Well, I know the elderly right now, as of today, we have 60 meals that we're sending daily. And it changes
daily.
From Monday to Sunday, we're working on those meals. Even the day that we're closed, we're being here working on that. Even on holidays, Mother's Day, Easter, we did it. You know, there was no stopping. In those dates that were holidays, it was even more special. We tried to do something special, send flowers, and that little extra something, so they know that they're taken care of, that somebody's out there thinking of them.
How are you getting connected with the people who have the need? How do you know, how are you getting connected to them? Finding out about them?
Well, you know, they all reach out to me. I have had just 3 of the families that have been referred by social services or by a social worker from some other entity and by the Agency on Aging. So those 3 families are the only ones. Everybody else, they have reached out to me, or a neighbor, you know, they said, I have an elderly neighbor that needs it, or a friend, or my uncle, or my grandmother. So that's how it's been.
Wow. And then have you gotten, I mean, how are you doing the deliveries? Are you meeting many of these people? What's that like?
The first delivery, I did them all. We started with 14.
Okay.
So I did the first delivery. The second day, we had one friend that came and helped us. So it was 2 of us. And now we have, you know, some names and phone numbers that I can reach out every day. And because a lot of people, I guess, they're getting tired of delivering every day.
Yeah.
So, you know, some people don't show up. Some people just stop doing it. And now we have a list of people. And every morning I'm here at 7 in the morning texting people, can you can you deliver today? Can you come today? And when they said yes, it's like, because if they don't do it, I have to do it. And now it's 60. We have 6 routes now.
Wow.
And there is one, especially that is the route 2. It takes about 2.5 hours.
Wow.
So it's a lot.
Wow.
It's a lot. So we need the help.
And have you been able to develop new relationships with some of the folks who need help and learn their stories, or?
Yes. You know, it has become like a large extended family. We lost one the day before Mother's Day. You know, she passed away on her sleep, and that just killed me. You know, that weekend I was very sad, just trying to process the whole thing, because the day before we had delivery, she was perfectly fine, and the next day I just get a message, you know, don't bring her meals. She passed away. So her meal was sitting in one of the tables here the whole day, and we all were just staring at it. It was so sad. And we have relationships, you know. Now I have phone numbers of all of them. They all have my phone number, and they call me. You know, I'm at the doctor's with my mom, or my mom was just, you know, admitted to the hospital, or you know, we're going back to work, and it is really nice. It is really nice. I think there is a lot of connections. Some of them have even friended me on Facebook, which is so sweet, because, you know, it just fills my heart.
And how's your business doing, and how are your employees doing?
My employees are doing good. You know, they're all working. We actually hired a couple more employees during this time, because we couldn't keep up between the elderly meals, the hospitals, plus the orders, the regular orders. So we hired a couple people. The restaurant right now is like a warehouse. There is just boxes everywhere. And we're doing good. We're doing good. You know, last week and this week, sales have dropped.
Okay.
But I'm thinking is because we were open during the 2 months, and now everybody else is opening. So people are probably tired of tacos.
No, never.
Never. That's a sin. So, you know, but still, it's steady. It's a steady sell all day. So we're keeping positive, and hopefully we survive.
Wow. And your employees and their families are doing okay?
Everybody's healthy. Everybody's great. Nobody, knock on wood, got sick so far. So we're good.
And how long have you had your business?
We started as a food truck in 2016.
Okay.
And we were a food truck only for 3 years, and we have brick and mortar for over a year now.
Okay.
So in March 8th was when it was our anniversary, and then so we didn't have a chance to even have a 1 year
celebrate that. Oh, now, and I mean, as a small business owner, are there other things that you think would be helpful for me to know about what your experience has been like? Any things that have kind of created extra challenges or not, or any advice that you'd have, or things you would have me know?
Well, I just think that, you know, the government needs to look more things to favor the small businesses, you know, ways to help us a little more. You know, we are a very close-knit community downtown. You know, we all try to help each other and support each other. And, but, you know, all around, you know, the state or the country, you know, people need the support. So just giving us a little shout out, you know, or what you're doing right now, calling me just to say thank you for what I'm doing, you know, that lifts my spirits. That I want to keep on doing it. You know, I want to get up again tomorrow and come and do it again, because you notice me.
Well, and I mean, Maria, it's, you know, you made the comment that it feeds people's souls, but, you know, especially when we're in this place where things are so challenging and people are facing such hurt, the bit of familiarity, even if it's your favorite restaurant, really, really matters. And the idea that, you know, you're over at Mary Washington, where there's so many people who are working so hard to help patients and focus on fighting the virus kind of on the medical front. The idea that in a moment of a breather, they get to have a bit of normalcy is really, I think important. So
yes, you know, I get message from them every day, like, thank you for the food. It made my day. Or, you know, I sent food in the morning, but they saved me for the afternoon food. And they're all so thankful, so thankful. And it's, you know, so many businesses that have come together to help me, because I started doing it just me. You know, I figure we're small, we're not gonna survive this. I had food enough, you know, product to probably survive for 2 weeks. But me thinking, and nobody's gonna wanna come on and eat out. So let's feed elderly people for 2 weeks for free until everything is done, and then we just close doors. 2 months later, we're still here.
Wait, Maria, so you started feeding the elderly because you thought you just needed to get rid of your excess food inventory and didn't want to waste it?
Yes, exactly. That was it. I figured we're not surviving, you know, and I hated to throw the food away. So I figured I have to do something with what I have. You know, I'm not going to throw it out. It's a sin for me to throw out food. So we offered 2 weeks of free meals. And from one day, 14, to the next day, we had 38, and now we have 60. So it's been...
And for your regular customers who do takeout or over at Mary Washington, what has been their reaction to what you're doing to help feed the senior citizens?
Everybody's super supportive, and everybody, you know, you're a hero and you inspire us and you have started a movement. And that is nothing that I was planning, you know. It just happened. It just happened. And now it's this big movement in the community, you know, to help us. Orofino restaurant, he helped us cook at least one meal a week. So we have a little rest. The Italian station is helping us as well to cook one meal a week. So that makes me, you know, give us 2 days to rest at least on that. And this is for the elderly only. The hospital we're still doing even on those days. The Fredericksburg Cupcake is donating cupcakes every day. So they all have little cute cupcakes from there every single day. Even the day he's closed, he makes sure that he leaves some out for us.
Oh, so that's so special.
Yeah, so it is great. You know, we have Girl Scouts bringing Girl Scout cookies. We have the same Girl Scout girls, they did a rock museum. Listen to this, a rock museum. And they invited all their neighbors to come to the rock museum and give donations. If you wanted that rock, you can have it, but you're gonna have to give a donation. They collected about $6 to donate to us.
Were they painted? They were decorated rocks?
No.
No?
Just rocks.
Just rocks.
Just rocks. But it was the sweetest thing. There is pictures on the website, on our Facebook.
Oh, I'll look that up.
It's so sweet. The sweetest thing, I mean, the support has been so incredible. We have books, donations. We have, don't know if you saw the little hearts the people were knitting.
Yes.
We have those, and it's, you know, it's, to me, it's so sacred because, you know, I'm bagging this and, you know, putting them in dates and sending them to the hospital. And it's like the last connection between families, you know, and it's just, it's just amazing. Then I had this girl from Quantico, I forgot the name of it, but she donated medals from the marathons that the people run and they win the medals. So that's what they do. This is one of them. And it's, she gave me that one. I don't know if you can see it.
So she gave you a medal that she had received from completing a marathon?
Yes. And she brought me, I believe it was 58 medals that we donated to, what she donated to the respiratory unit at Mary Washington. And they all have a meaning. They all have a little note from her. And
to cheer people on.
Yes, and now she's bringing me some from the ICU, and then we're gonna go little by little with all the units that work with the COVID patients, and you know, in all of this, people come to me. I'm like in the middle, you know. People come to me, and what can you know, how can we do it? Can you deliver? Can you do this for us? And it's just great. It feels great to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, those are incredible community connections.
Yes.
Wow. So she's brought you marathon medals with
Yeah.
like
Let me show you.
kind, with words of encouragement for those who are battling COVID.
This is mine.
Oh,
This is mine. And the, oh God, we finished together. That is their Facebook page. And see, somebody won this in some race and they donated them. And she thought that this was perfect for me because it's supposed to be,
because it's a beautiful heart.
it says love is like a box of chocolates and this is the heart of gold. So she says that I have a heart of gold. So she got me this one. And it's just so pretty.
Oh, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And you know, at the beginning, I was just crying. Every time something, you know, and I would talk about all of this, I would just cry. It was like crazy. Now I'm like more composed.
Yeah.
I'm used to talking more about it, you know, so I don't cry as much anymore. I cry by myself.
Well, because if you're able to do something, I mean, the impact that you're having in the lives of really specific people, be they the COVID patients who are getting cheered on by
Mm-hmm.
the marathoners, or the doctors you're feeding, or the elderly at home who get a beautiful cupcake and know that people are thinking about them, and that they're connected even if they can't have those conversations. And then also the people who are doing deliveries and the Girl Scouts, like you're helping people find a way to help.
Yes,
and
you know, and it feels so great because there is every day I get a message with one of my volunteers just saying, you know, Mrs. So-and-so said this, and we spend 30 minutes talking at the door because they're so lonely. So probably that's the only human connection they get, you know, on that day. And they just want to talk. And in 10, 20, 30 minutes, you know, they tell you a life story. It's just great.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, like I said, you know, we're feeding their bodies, but they're feeding our souls.
Could you have ever imagined when you opened your restaurant or started your food truck that this is where you'd be, responding to a pandemic in a really meaningful way?
No, never.
Wow. And what do your employees think about the way you've reacted and the things you're undertaking?
I think they support it. I think they're very proud of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And they all feel very proud of working here and being a part of it. They love it.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you know, it's great. It's great to feed people under normal circumstances and be part of, you know, a business and endeavoring in that. But it's a totally different thing when you know you're helping so many people.
You're part of something bigger than yourself.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, sometimes when they're taking trash out, or, you know, they're bringing meals outside, and people know that they're working here because they see them with their uniforms or something. And we love you, Juan More Taco. And they're like, so they're feeling it as well. They know what we're doing is, you know, people are noticing and people are loving us back.
That's amazing. Great. Well, thank you for creating a culture where that love is something that you can kind of push out into the community, and thank you for stepping up and creating something that it sounds like when you first started you could have never imagined what it would become.
Yes.
But I wonder where you go next, because your restaurant is about more than just tacos at this point, at least in people's hearts. So what does that, you know, even as we start opening up, what does that look like for people? How do they feel about Juan More Taco?
Yes, you know, we'll see, because, you know, at this point we're still not open. We're just pick up only. So we'll see once we open. We'll see what the reactions we get when people finally start coming out and see what it takes us. We're just proud. We love Fredericksburg. So,
well, Maria, you are helping so many people throughout the larger community, and it's incredible.
Thank you. Thank you.
But thank you for taking a couple minutes to talk to me, and please thank your whole team, your whole staff, all of your volunteers for all that they're doing. You know, in a time where a lot of people feel hopeless, anybody who takes the step of trying to give hope to other people and feed their bodies and feed their souls, I think it's beautiful. And I'm just so struck by the idea that you thought your business was ending and that you chose to help people in this way as like the last effort of maintaining your business. And then from that came something so much bigger. So
Yes.
really beautiful.
Beautiful, yes, definitely really beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.